Alright, I'm tying Mercers Golden Stone, and once I've put the bead on, the first step is to attach my tails, and I'm using two goose buyouts, and I want them the curve of each buyout facing away from the other. And once I get to the rear, I'm just going to adjust them and make sure they're just about even length and sticking upright. Until I get about right there. See that those are about even. And I'll just wrap over everything else and cinch it down real tight. I come to the front, and I'm going to take a piece of wire on each side to create that flattened stonefly body that they have. So the first piece of wire, I'm coming up along my side, and once I get to the bend, I'm just going to break that off. And I'm going to bring my thread forward. Now I'm going to take another piece of wire, and this one's coming down your side, and I'm just jamming it into the bead. I'm just going to rotate it and just make sure it's right up against the side. Come right to the bend and break that off. There we go. Now I'm going to take a turkey buyout. I'm just going to tie that in right here on the back. And I use the turkey buyout for wrapping the body because it's just a lot longer. And I found on this fly it works better if I use two of them. So now I'm just going to spin those two forward. And I want each rib to or each end of the buyout to make a little bit of a rib. Get that focused. Okay, now there's my buyout body, and I'm just going to grab that. Trim off my extra. Now the first thing I'm going to tie in is going to be my back material, which in this case is a turkey quill, and I'm using a model turkey quill just with a little bit of modeling to it, and I just want to cut those back so that I'm just not pulling over a dark piece over the top, but there is in fact a little model to it. So I'm just going to tie that in straight over the top, wrap that down. Now I'm going to take a hen feather or a partridge feather and splay it back like so, and I'm going to tie it in tip down. I'm just going to tie the tip in like that, right over the top, make sure it's centered. I'm going to come right to where my wing case starts, and I'm using a tan golden stone dubbing here. It's the Mercers specific one that he uses on this fly, and it's just a tan, a little bit buggy, has a little bit of flash and whatnot in it, so it's a good one to use for this. Now I'm just going to dub the thorax. And I usually end up putting 2 layers of dubbing on here. I don't ever try to just make it all happen in one. So I'll add one more little pinch right up by the head. just like that. Now I'm going to take my hen feather and lay it straight in over the top, and I like a little bit more leg, so I'm going to grab everything that I can here, and the first wrap I'm putting down is just going to be nice and loose. See that, just to hold everything in position. Wrap in front of it. I'll just get in there and cut as much of that out as I can. Now I'm going to take my turkey quill and bring that straight over the top, just like that. Cinch down. Right in front. Then I'm going to get as close in there as I possibly can just to get rid of all those loose ends. Now I'm just wrapping down over those. And going to whip finish. 3 turns, 1, 2, 3, bang. Okay. Now at this point, see how it's just a little too light right there? So I'm going to take a brown permanent marker, and I'm just going to color in the top of it, and you'll see how it just kind of bleeds through those rough edges. That's kind of what I'm looking to do. So modeled that. And my final step is you can use epoxy or UV nonsense, which I'm going to use in this case. I'm just going to dab that right over the top. And let's take back end of my whip finisher and just smooth it out. Just like that. UV. And that right there is Mercer's Golden Stone.